It swells with anguish.
Pain, anguish.
We are not asking, doctor, for your anguish or your applause.
He's in anguish.
Slave and suffer in dumb anguish.
They're living in at this moment.
Those lost anguished souls roaming unseen over the earth.
That for every one of these anxious, anguished people who have come here this evening,
both the anguish of that 900-mile-long front.
He's so lonely that in his anguish,
I would never suggest anything that will cause you.
My heart is full of grief. It swells with anguish.
He'll pay back every cent.
Yep.
For hours and hours. He was in great pain, anguish. But he just kept on.
Oil.
We are not asking, doctor, for your anguish or your applause. We are asking merely.
He is in anguish.
Good. Burden. To slave and suffer in dumb anguish. To be stripped of spirit.
And they are going to share the distress that they're living in at this moment. They're two little twin girls.
Wait a minute! Those lost anguished souls roaming unseen over the earth. Seeking.
Angoissé, tourmenté qui est venu ici.
I believe that for every one of these anxious, anguished people who have come here this evening,
Il y en a des centaines d'autres qui ont reçu la même vision.
Lenin underestimated both the anguish of that 900-mile-long front and our cursed capacity.
The only one. He's so lonely that in his anguish, he tears himself apart.
I would never suggest anything that will cause you anguish, but there's no more money, Pamela.
I pray that our Heavenly Father may assuage the anguish of your bereavement and leave you only the cherished memory.
Homosexuality, too. And you didn't give a fuck about all the anguish that you caused her. So don't you come telling me that you can understand.
Loved one will fall, and many a heart throb with anguish before we can breathe the exhilaration.
Worse. What do they recommend for anguish? Where have you been?
The library. I'm from college. It was clear his anguish and problems with Mom and Dad had continued.
Proverbs chapter 22. Into the land of trouble and anguish come the old lions, and they shall carry their
matters how a person lives with it. Stop playing the part of the anguish drunk digging olives out of martinis and...
There's no need for this display of anguish. I'm not angry with you.
That is what the pain means. It means I leave you in anguish, wallowing in freakish misery.
Oh. That caused me great anguish. True verse and music grow from suffering. This song I heard in my mind when I...
Her not believing your condition, the torment and pain and anguish tearing her up inside. The insulin.
Slumber. My heart is filled with anguish. I hope that...
Of thy sword, let his soul for all eternity writhe in anguish and damnation.
No! No! Mr. Rochester. And it strikes me with anguish to be torn from you.
Then why must you leave?
Whose only membership requirement is to suffer the anguish of international terrorism. Approximately 2 hours ago...
War will be a thing of the past. Very simply, your anguish, your discontent, even your death is no longer necessary.